Well, we had shares in Union Bank gain almost 3% yesterday after the lender announced that it had swung to a 12 billion naira pre-tax profit in its half year through to June from a loss over the same period last year. So the market taking kindly to the news. But to bear in mind here is that Union Bank also ranked second on the list of the 5 biggest weekly gainers in African markets, excluding South Africa, last week with its 10.25% gain. That according to the data reflected on the Nex Rubica index. So it seems to be flashing pretty brightly on the investors' radar screen for now with a positive light. And Funke Osibodu, Group Managing Director at Union Bank, joins me now to take a closer look at the company, its status now and its prospects moving forward. Thanks so much, Funke, for joining us this afternoon. While profits seem to have come in significantly higher over the period, gross earnings in the second quarter coming in at 32 billion naira came in just slightly lower than earnings in the first quarter. So immediately begging the question, what's fueling growth for Union Bank right now? Is it merely as a result of the lower write-backs now coming to the fore?
No. Gross earnings has been very consistent. If anything, it's growing. Write-back share of the profit is relatively low. For the whole period, that's year to date, the net write-back is less than 2 billion. And if you look at the earnings within the bank, even without looking at the group, you will see that that share is very low. So it has been from steady growth from the business and largely focusing on the customer.
Well, with recapitalization, of course, in full focus, what are your expectations for recoveries of bad loans specifically, and how much is expected from recoveries? Because if you're looking at the half-year numbers, it shows a negative shareholders fund of 253 billion naira compared with the regulatory minimum of 25 billion. Okay.
Let me highlight that even with the 25 billion regulatory minimum, for a bank the size of Union Bank, the capital requirement using capital risk-weighted assets adjustment is higher than 25 billion. However, for us as Union Bank, in recapitalizing our bank, AMCON is very important. And as you know, the bill has been signed into law, and the company is going through its process of really having a structure in place to be able to assist the various banks. We believe that for Union Bank, we do have loans that eventually will be purchased by AMCON, and that will be a significant share of the resolution in terms of negative capital.
We speak of a significant share. Just how much relief is Union Bank expecting to receive from AMCON, and how much from fresh equity capital will Union Bank need from existing or new investors?
It's a bit too early to be able to give you exact figure. Reason is very simple. AMCON has to provide a guideline to know how much they will be able to take. Their law just came into effect very recently. Once they provide the guideline, then we will be in a position to say so much will go to AMCON, and the rest is going through recapitalization. Based on what we've seen so far in terms of various interested investors, we believe both sides, between AMCON and investors, the new capital for Union Bank will be in place. But the exact share, I don't know.
Yeah, there seems to be some headwind that you possibly face moving forward, though, with some of the company's shareholders having prayed the Court of Appeal in Lagos to stop the central bank governor from going ahead with his plan to sell shareholdings of the bank by the middle of August. What impact do you see this having on plans to attract new investors Union Bank's way?
Let me first highlight that it's not central bank recapitalizing the plan. Central bank is acting as a key umpire to make sure that the process goes smoothly, effectively, and fast. The shareholders have vested the authority in their directors. It's their directors going through the motion of looking at the capital requirement. We have a board committee, a board recapitalization committee that is handling that. Reviewing everything. We even still met yesterday to go through the process. A lot of people believe that it's central bank directly handling issues, but no, it's not central bank.
So
it is the board.
How soon are you anticipating a deal coming to the fore then? Because the CBN governor has said that there are interested investors in all of the rescued banks, and I'm going to push the envelope here, asking you, are there any hints as to who's been sniffing around Union Bank specifically?
Oh, we have many interested groups that look interesting, and that's why we're very optimistic. The key to concluding is AMCON, because there is a share of our negative capital that will go to AMCON in form of loans that have been purchased. If AMCON comes in tomorrow, I would say all the others can be concluded like yesterday. There's a process already on with potential investors to
Any
go
insight
through a
as to
process.
who a potential investor is likely to be there?
I would say that we have a combination of institutional investors, financial institutions, local foreign, and parties that, from all intents and purposes, are very, very worthwhile to be in company of.